Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode on GTA 5 with Buddy Boy B doing an open wheel race where, well, the bump on the lead just left a little too late to get out of that slipstream draft and completely the wrong time launching the car up against the bridge. Wiggle the vehicle just about off, but yeah, that's gonna ruin your race. Speaking of open-wheeled vehicles getting in trouble, Black and Red on Grid is driving around, notices some AIs doing some funky things on the inside. It's about a crash with the vehicles around as well, but there was some weirdness. There was definitely some weirdness going on in this one. Now, what happened? AIs all get checked up and all get stuck having their own little crash, and then two of the vehicles get stuck together. The car that the camera is following here is unable to really do all that much. If it goes on the, it can't get on the brakes particularly to move it. Eventually they get sort of freed when one pings into a wall, but yeah, that's not quite what you want your vehicles to be doing. I guess the other one took some damages, slow regardless. Game Time UK up next on the Crew 2 is racing across the salt flats with one of the drag cars going pretty damn quickly. Fire the Nitro is getting up towards the 300 mile an hour mark, not quite on this one, but runs out of salt flats, bounces off of a parked car for a backflip and lands perfectly. You know? It's like a 260 mile an hour backflip. It's quite impressive, I have to say. Dino up next on Forza Horizon 4, doing one of the cross-country races. Now, everything, as I was going to plan, goes to take the jump for a little bit of spectacle. The problem is, the focus isn't quite quick enough. Yes, the problem for the poor Ford is that it doesn't quite, I don't know what class these vehicles are in, but it doesn't quite clear the bridge. So, a little bit of a rewind. We're going to go for a try and jump to the left, see if that will clear it. Nope, that's still not quite going to work through all of that. So, we're going to go for a little bit more of a rewind. We're going to try again. Clearly not quite working going across the jump. They managed to, I don't know what they clipped something to send the car for a tumble. The game again resets them, and then an AI car into focus also tries to jump the bridge, and that doesn't work. A Subaru, I think, tried as well. Turns out that this, whatever class this is, I presume maybe A class, doesn't work for clearing that in the normal cars. DJ Ray up next on Need for Speed Heat has just lost the police. Now notice in the distance on the left-hand side there is a police car that's going to get very, very confused and just flung across. I don't quite know what sort of police tactic they were going for in that one. I mean, the door is actually still on the map somewhere under the water. Whatever upset it after the police chase was done, it just pinged the car across. Speaking of police chases, Steel Guns up next on BeamNG Drive, doing one of the police chases with here. Now, these are always great fun. Goes to the sort of try to break the van a little bit, pin the van a little bit. However, the van is having none of it as they reverse the Grand Marshal to try and get in front of it. Just mistime it, just misposition it. And yes, that is a car that is stuck. I guess the back of the vehicle on the steps has just lifted up one of the wheels enough that it's spinning freely, and the diff isn't going to let the other wheel pull the car forward, so that's not quite gone to plan, really, in all of that. Buick GSX up next on SnowRunner, driving the twin steer. I say minding their own business. Now, it's easily done in this one. They don't quite notice the very large ditch to the inside of the road. I didn't either when I first watched this clip and wondered how on earth the truck fell over all of a sudden. It was kind of like a big sudden tumble. It was going along fine, and then suddenly it wasn't. You don't quite, from that angle, you don't quite realise, oh, there's quite a big ditch. It's quite a big ditch that you ended up driving into. I mean, that's a more normal crash for SnowRunner. Invisible AK up next with a not normal crash for SnowRunner. The truck is stuck. They're trying to free it. When a tree gets very confused, now physics is starting to get angry. They're still trying to desperately free this truck. I don't even know how it ended up there in all of this. The tree's got very angry and it's just swatted the truck up to the sky. And then the truck is there now. I don't quite know what's going on with the Elasta chassis, but there's not the only one with the Elasta chassis. It's all gone horrifically wrong over here. The Zen Aardvark has rolled their truck. It is parked. It is not going anywhere. However, the recovery vehicle is not what you want to see coming towards you, and you know what's about to happen. You know what's about to happen. Glitchy, weird physics ball of lag is about to get too close to stuck truck on its side. I mean, this is one of the most glitchy, weird physics balls of lag I've seen on this game, and off we go to space. The trailer is long gone now. I mean, this has got some serious speed to it. The crane is all broken. I don't know how many rolls and spins this thing has done, rotations it's done. smacks into the ground. I was really hoping it was going to land on its nose. It does fall back over. Kind of a shame. Would love to have stayed on its nose. Purple up next on a home front. So he's doing an escort mission. You've got to escort a truck, basically. There is a small bit of a problem. Said truck or pickup it's got stuck. It's managed to get itself on some debris and can't figure out how to deal with it. I don't know whether you can actually drive the vehicles in this game, whether it's only AI controlled. No idea, never played it personally. But I do know that's not going anywhere fast in this, or clever. So there we go. Hank up next on a Assetto Corsa, driving a three-wheeled vehicle. Now this is a good one. Good was a fairly fast circuit for anything, but a car like this, there might be potential for some falling over trouble through some of the higher speed corners. So they chuck it in to the turn, and sure enough, a bit of wheel on the grass is enough to send the vehicle over. The problem is the vehicle then falls through the floor. And the actual rolling part makes sense. You put a wheel on the grass, you'll upset it. The bouncing around in the quicksand grass. Do I have a good word? Oh no, there we go. It's back onto its wheels again. Definitely don't crash if you've got some quicksand grass around the place. That seems sketchy at best. It does get back going again in the end, but the driver sits very low in that car as well. I don't quite know how they see over the steering wheel, but there we go. And finally we've got Nascraft on Rfactor. Now this is with a mod where an AI just loses its mind. It was going around a corner fine, it goes for a bit of a spin, goes for a bit of donut, now it's onto its back. We're going to do some more pirouettes, as again can't quite figure out what to do. The orange and black car tries to avoid it and then has a similar sort of fate. Slightly less spectacular, as it's still spinning. The red and white car, and then lands back on its wheels, and we're off. We're going to pretend nothing happened. Everything is normal. Yep, everything's fine. I'm not sure. Not quite sure what went on with that one, but there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There's a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the Failrace clips submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.